Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your week ahead, September 9 to September 15, 2019. Sagittarius, I already shuffled and laid out your spread. At the end, we're going to take a look at what your guidance is, and you have 4 cards that came out. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you could make it. Now, let's get into your reading. Sagittarius, your theme in the week ahead, you have 3 cards that came out. Now, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. With these themes, maybe only one of these themes are happening for you, maybe 2 or all of them, all at once or simultaneously along your week. But you have the lesson. So there are lessons being learned or lessons needing to be learned here. And you have power as your theme. So this is you wanting to be empowered, wanting to have control. This is you wanting to be empowered. This is you having courage. Or there's a need to see how to become more empowered, how to have more courage, more control in a situation. And then there's just the matter of you just wanting to have power here in this situation, or there's a problem with this. And now you have wisdom. So there's a need for knowledge, more understanding, or you're coming to a place of getting more knowledge and understanding with wisdom here. So you want to focus on being smart about this. And this is pertaining to great fortune. You wanting to achieve great fortune, that power of great fortune and wealth. So you could be working on your creative projects or working on your money and trying to figure out how to build on it, how to see success by having more wisdom and knowledge and understanding and practical ways in which to perhaps go about doing this. But with this great fortune, that's a 26 that comes down to an 8, reduces to an 8. So this is you focusing on reevaluating what you're going through or dealing with here and how to change it. Underneath that is the pathway. And with the pathway, this is a 35 breaking down to an 8. So you're definitely reevaluating. You're definitely looking at where changes need to be made, or you may need to recognize that changes do need to be made, and that could be the lesson. Or you may be learning how to make changes or assess the situation with more wisdom to allow you to become more empowered here. Because with the pathway, this is talking about choosing your direction, but coming down to choices, decisions, that with every decision, with every choice, it has a consequence. It takes you down a certain path, right? And so you're looking at that. Now, what was underneath the lesson, the power and the wisdom, is talent. And underneath talent is battle. And underneath that is the woman of the world. I can just keep on going. And underneath that is the master. So this is around your creativity, something that you're trying to bring into form. This could be entrepreneurship. Maybe you're trying to have a new creative practice towards something. But this is about your talents, your abilities, your skills. There may be a need to improve your skills. There may be a need to strengthen your skills, to get more knowledge about what it is you're crafting. Because with battle, you're facing some resistance or challenges, or it's been a battle for you to be able to achieve this great fortune and go down that path that takes you there. So this may be a business. This may be just your creativity, your passions around something. Now, what's your overall energy and focus is the Eight of Swords. So this is mental energy. So you're focused on how to come out of any limiting beliefs and thinking, how to come out of feeling trapped in a situation, how to navigate any limitations or confinement that you think you are in. Or this may be you trying to work within the limitations and confines of what you're dealing with or doing, and you don't feel you have the flexibility, or you're not seeing how to create more room with something for yourself. But this here is being trapped in your mind, okay? Thinking that you can't see your way out. Underneath that, you have the King of Pentacles. So you're feeling stuck around something that you are trying to have success in creating and building, where you're trying to be clever and be alert, be objective. Because with the King of Pentacles, he has the Midas touch. And whatever he focuses on that he wants to build, he's able to create. So you're having issues with how to build something successfully. This may be with your money. And the King of Pentacles is the entrepreneur, is the businessman. And how to have wisdom in this situation that allows you to come out of any limitations or problems with your logic or planning, or with how you're seeing and viewing this. Because you want movement. You have the Knight of Wands underneath that. You want to take action that allows you to have movement with what you want to see progress with, or have success, build, or create. And you want it to be very successful, to have a huge return of gain. But this is also you struggling with how to manage things, what to do, how to plan around this, or modify the plan so that you can come out of restrictions or limitations, or feeling trapped or stuck by this in your mind. And where you're at is in the recent past is the Nine of Cups. So with the Nine of Cups, you were focusing on your wishes being fulfilled, focusing on gaining satisfaction and contentment in a situation. You could have also been focusing on family or significant connection, where there may have been a need to address your contentment, your satisfaction around something. But also in the recent past, you may have gotten a wish fulfilled, or had some contentment around what you were creating, or what you wanted. Now, where you are in the current present energy is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight is the slowest moving knight of the knights, but the Knight of Pentacles is very methodical, very responsible, very dutiful, will get things done. But this is you focusing on getting a practical approach. I feel like this is you breaking things down and even going further to simplify things, because see, or you just slowing down and pulling back from a process that already has taken a lot of time, and trying to maybe retrace your steps, or slow down what already you're working on or trying to see progress with, because he's not on the horse. And so with this knight, even though he's the slowest knight, if he was on his horse, he could have more progress, perhaps move a little faster, but he's not on that horse, and it looks by choice. It's like he's getting off the horse, or maybe you're getting off your high horse and getting more simplified, or focusing on how to break things down more in order to pay attention to the details, to strategize, to accomplish what you want to arrive at or see done here. But this is you being resourceful. It's as if you want to get your feet on the ground, to become more grounded, to get as base practical as you can. It's like as if he's gotten off his horse, because him being able to have his feet on the ground and look around allows him to be more connected, or trying to achieve more of a connection with the land he is in, and surveying and observing and looking around with the goal of having a sense of direction or strengthening the sense of direction here to where it is you're going or want to go. But you want to get things done. Now, it is possible that you could be looking in the present to receiving help. But you're definitely being dutiful here, taking your time. You may even be feeling like you need to take more time and slow down even more with something that already seems to be taking a lot of time or seems to be slow moving. But you want progress. And it's like you're trying to really get in touch with what's going on so that you can hopefully get more in touch with the talent, the skill, or ability to overcome the battle or the fight that you are in with what you're trying to create or build. Where with the woman of the world, you want it all. You want a legacy, a firm foundation. You want wealth. You want great fortune. So you are truly trying to reevaluate because you want to see what needs to change. Also, with this Knight of Pentacles at present, this may be you actually making a change from going from the riding the horse to walking, trying to find a more effective way or a way that allows you to connect better what it is that you want to be empowered with or have more wisdom around and understanding and learn so that you can go forward. Now in the future, you do have the Hangman. So with the Hangman, you could be experiencing some stagnation in the future. You could also be looking at what you need to let go of, what needs to be sacrificed. But also with the Hangman, you could be feeling a little stuck in the future. But this is also about looking at the alternatives, seeing things from a different perspective, gaining new insight. This is you reevaluating to see how to resolve the futility with your circumstances. What way in which you may need to see what is another way to manipulate this, so to speak. How can you pull some strings? But how do you come out of being stuck or avoid becoming stuck? But this is in the future. This is you perhaps gaining some enlightenment, seeing the alternatives, or coming to them so that you can see more progress and bring it into any possible delays or something that it needs to have movement with that is stuck. Because your attitude here is this Eight of Wands. So this here is you wanting progress. You want to take swift action. You want things to move along swiftly and smoothly. You may be even focusing on trying to communicate, having an exchange, a dialogue back and forth between yourself and others. But this is you wanting to have movement. Now, this could also be concerning a relationship where you want a relationship to have more improvement, where you are focusing on how to improve yourself or improve the connection, where you no longer want to be trapped in your mind or feeling stuck or limited by what's going on that you want to have success with or having trouble managing, so that you could see movement, happy movement in action, and have victory over your challenges or what competition you may find yourself dealing with. Now, your concern, you show up in your own reading, is Temperance. So your concern is whether or not you can heal something or be patient. With Temperance, you're focusing on how to balance, how to have stability, do things in proper measure, how to calculate things and be sensible, how to have harmony, how to create stability, and possibly even have self-control. So this is how do you move forward with your aims where things are stable, focusing on not doing things that will create extreme circumstances for you, but avoiding those extremes, focusing on what matters most here. This may be you looking at the challenge of the concern of whether or not there can be a compromise or if you can get cooperation. You may be dealing with the concern of the clashing of interests, discord, and frustration that may be around this for you, because something may be slow moving or it's not getting done the way you want to, or it's slowing up, and perhaps you were seeing progress with it, but the progress has slowed and you want the alternatives. So with this Temperance energy, this is you needing to modify perhaps your aims. But also you may be concerned about your creativity here that may need to come into play, or for you being able to have more balance. You may be concerned about whether or not something will end up out of balance, or if it is out of balance, how to balance it. But you want something healed. Now, your challenge is the Four of Pentacles. And with the Four of Pentacles, this could be around your money and finances, but it can be around work, but it also can have to do with anything that is going on in your world that you want to secure, that you may be having challenges securing, or having challenges with making stable, or making a firm foundation to build upon or keep. But the challenge here is how to hold on to what you have going here, how to not be stuck, how to come out from being stuck. You see, as if she's got her eyes closed and she's holding this purse, and as if she's trying to sense, gain perspective here, gain that wisdom, realize how to become empowered here, discover, learn. And so the challenge here is how to secure, how to build, how to hold on to what you have. Or there may be a challenge of needing to let go. You may be holding on too tight because this is so important to you. Now, your likely outcome that can also act as your advice is the Chariot. And with the Chariot, you could be dealing with a Cancer or have this energy in your chart. So with the Chariot here, this is about having victory, having forward movement. This is you being able to steer things, having self-control. This is you having a clear focus. This is you being able to overcome your obstacles and challenges with the Chariot here. This is you being able to find discipline, or have discipline, or needing to get some. But this is about you harnessing your energy where it may have been scattered to really focus on your aims, to get a strong sense of direction here. Perhaps even to be prudent and patient, but focusing on having progress and seeing progress. And as advice, this is about you having self-control over your emotions, you not getting out of control with what you're doing and dealing with, you overcoming your obstacles and focusing on achieving your goals by being a warrior and seeing how to progress by the use of your will, your determination, and your mind. Also, to be mindful, to be prudent, and not be arrogant here, and be patient emotionally, and be patient creatively and in your actions and aims. Because with Temperance here, as you can see, he's sitting there. There's wings behind him. I do feel that there's some protection around you. This may also be you needing to focus on your own energy and making sure that your energy is in balance and that you're doing things that allow your body to stay healthy and strong. But in terms of your environment or your focus, this is about you doing things in moderation and being practical about it. And not doing things, overdoing or underdoing something, but just enough to keep it stable, to keep it secure, to keep it balanced, to see healing, and that it's sensible. But also that you're patient with yourself and with the process. So let's look a little more deeply. I do want to take a look at the Hangman. Spirit, tell me more about the Hangman for Sagittarius in the future. Tell me more about the Hangman, please. Tell me more about the Hangman. Thank you. With the Hangman, you have two cards that came out. You have the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So you're looking at how to work on something. Underneath that is you have the Fool. So with the Fool, you may be taking a chance or a risk with something. With the Fool, you may be trying to take care of something or have some more wisdom around something. You may be trying not to be irresponsible here. But with the Fool, you may be having some boldness. You may be focusing on how to get more experience where you may be inexperienced. You maybe want to be mindful of any wastefulness or reckless behavior here, or any fears of stagnation to your journey with the Fool. This here is trying to go in a new direction and be optimistic about it. But it's like with a carefree attitude where you are perhaps even trying to follow your instincts. Or there may be a need to follow your instincts. And so with the Three of Pentacles, this is you trying to work on something. You're working together with others to build on something new or to see what you need to do that's new on what you're building. But I feel that there's some issues with what you're working on here. With the Hangman there, you may be experiencing a stop and go here where what you're working on or who you're working together with, whatever you're building or trying to fix or build upon, it's like there may be something going on where there's movement, things get the green light, and then you find or realize that something stops with the red light. And then you have this orangey where it's things may be in the middle. So there may be things, it's like there's a problem with the fluctuation of what you're working on or building. 1 minute is progress, 1 minute is not. 1 minute is, it's like take a forward movement and then find yourself experiencing a step back or something coming to a stop. And it's around your plans, around the decisions that you are making. And so this is you also trying to see the alternatives, trying to get enlightenment and understanding for why this is happening. or you're having a struggle with why this is happening. I also feel that some of you are dealing with a situation that is a relationship where it's the heart of the matter for you, where you could be feeling isolated or alone, or there could be matters around self-love or a significant relationship where you may want more empathy and compassion here. But also you're focused on your security, your safety, and you perhaps have some anxiety in trying to get grounded. But also your feelings around this. You're very emotional because what you are creating means a lot to you. And you could be trying to expand on your creativity and struggling with that, finding alternatives and ways to see what you are building or crafting or creating thrive the way you want. And so you could be experiencing some guilt, maybe even some regret. Because this is someone who is pondering a decision, pondering the plan, holding the decision, or going with it, and either not seeing the results they want or considering where this decision will leave them in terms of the result. But this is a person also not going anywhere. They're yearning to go forward, or they're looking outward. So there may be problems with your plan and how you're working on it, or the work that may need to go into it, or with the work that's been done so far. And there may be issues with, because I feel like who you're working with is in agreement with you, and this is just perhaps something that could be just an issue in general, that you're all trying to figure out how to weave and put this thing together to fix it or to build upon it in the way that you envision and want, that allows you to achieve this great fortune or legacy or have that power. But there's you either gaining wisdom or needing more wisdom around this. And you are learning lessons as you go, or there are lessons to be learned in order for you to come to that wisdom and understanding and that knowledge that only lessons can give. Spirit, tell me more about the Chariot. Tell me more about the Chariot, please. Thank you. You have the Moon, and you also have the Wheel for the Chariot. Let me see that. So there's a lot of emotion, extreme emotion. Your emotion is fluctuating. Also, it's possible you are having issues with seeing progress because things are fluctuating up and down, or there's a lot of intense emotions. With the Wheel, the unexpected could be happening. You could be experiencing success one minute, and then, there's a problem with the success in the next. But you may be trying to seek opportunities, or you may be trying to create positive shifts and changes. You also could have experienced some sort of turn of events, something that happens or is happening that either you see it as an opportunity or is some form of resistance. And it's possible you could be focusing on your luck, but your luck could be either good or bad, or you may be experiencing that going back and forth. But also, this is about perhaps you experiencing some measure of pessimism around some changes that are happening to you or that you need to make. But this is about you perhaps focusing on how to guide and go in the destiny that you want for yourself, or something is destined. But it's also possible with the Wheel of Fortune. This could be around timing. Something may not be at the right time, or something could be at the right time, or there's a mixed bag here. But with the Moon here, you want to follow your intuition as long as your compass isn't off. I feel with all the blue here, there's a need for you to be able to express yourself and communicate, but be authentic with your truth. And don't be shy or afraid about it. But also with the moon here, because this is two water energies, so there is a lot of emotion here where there is concern about your ability to have forward movement or victory or steer things the way that you want. But there is a lot of uneasiness, a lot of uncertainty, but also there could be some secrets or something that's hidden. But see, she's in the water, so it's like your emotions may be overwhelming you around this. But I do feel that for some of you, with Chariot, the moon here, and with the wheel as an outcome, some of you will see forward movement and victory by you following your intuition, by you being able to uncover the secrets, learn the lessons, get the wisdom, and become empowered. But I also feel that others of you will face struggle, challenges with getting control or having forward movement and victory here because you struggle emotionally and you may not be seeing clearly. And you may be having issues creating positive shifts and changes. But either way, whether you see forward movement or struggle with it, there are unexpected things that could be happening here that you have to adjust to or make changes around and adapt. But this is like going with the flow, needing to be able to go with the flow around not being able to see everything, or with the ability to gain clarity, or with the ability to pay attention to your intuition and where it is trying to take you. But this is you needing to get control of your feelings and emotions, for you to be prudent and patient, for you to have a sense of direction here, a strong sense of direction here, in order for you to get your fulfillment in this. But also to have a clear focus and be mindful that your energy isn't being scattered and finding that you are lacking discipline around this and losing direction. But there's the ability to have victory here with the Chariot and see forward movement and progress. But just know it comes with obstacles and challenges that you won't be happy with, or that you won't see coming, or that you may lack in your decision making by being trapped in your mind and not being able to see a way through or out. But for others of you, you do work on this and find a way to get through. And so let's take a look at the Four of Pentacles. Spirit, tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. As a challenge. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles being your challenge is how to reset things. Underneath that's the King of Wands, and achieve what you want here. You also could be dealing with someone embodying the King of Wands energy, where there may be an issue between you, where there are shakeups, uncomfortable shakeups, where there's adversities and challenges. This could be in a relationship or business, or however you two are connecting, where there's some sort of turbulence with this Tower energy here. You could be dealing with the Scorpio, because the Tower also represents Scorpio as well. But with the Tower here, this is you having some adversities, how to overcome your adversities, how to deal with uncomfortable shakeups or sudden changes, or fix a crack in the foundation. Or there may be an issue with you being able to have freedom in a situation where you want, or this is perhaps you having some anxiety. But this is about you needing to focus on how to reset after something happens all of a sudden, or this is you trying to gain an epiphany. But the challenge is, how do you have stability? How do you have security? How do you hold on to what you have, or be open to what you may need to release in order for you to come out of any limitations in your plan or thinking and see your way out and through clearly. Now let's look at your guidance, Sagittarius. Like I said, you have 4 cards. Now at the bottom of this deck, let's take a look. Break negative habits. So there may be some negative habits around this on your part or who you're dealing with or both, where that needs to be addressed, that could be impeding your progress with what it is that you want to see movement with, or around issues of communication, but where you want swift action to take place, but you want progress. So you have become better. Discover one thing that would make you better and more empowered at what you do and who you are, and make it a part of your routine. If this is difficult, identify why becoming better is something you wouldn't want to do. Your goal is to recognize how and why you sabotage your empowerment. So that may be the lessons to be learned here, is that there are things that you need to adjust and change that you're doing around what it is you're dealing with, that there may be issues around your ability to have progress, or if you're experiencing stagnation around, because you may need to look at the alternatives and see how to work and fix this, and maybe even modify your plans. And this could be concerning your money or work or a relationship or whatever's going on in your world that has either come to a stop or slowed down even more, or that you want to just get done and see taken care of. You also have assess your relationship. Identify one dynamic or component of a relationship, of a close relationship, that's vital to your emotional and physical health. This is especially important if you're healing and a practical relationship is causing you stress. If your relationship is a healthy union, then celebrate. But your goal here is to integrate your relationship into the quality of your life where there is improvement. So like I said, I felt that there is some issues around a relationship, and there's a need for you to focus on accessing your relationship to see how to improve it or where the issues are, because you can't fix something that's not identified or realized. And this is you needing to be able to assess that and arrive at an accurate assessment for yourself and with who you're dealing with, so that the proper adjustments and changes can happen and you can see progress with it, and no longer be stressed about it or feel trapped or stuck by it because it's not making sense or is making you feel limited. You also have accept life's challenges. Reflect on the things you've been called upon to endure in this lifetime. Remember that we're all presented with obstacles as a way of helping us grow spiritually and serve God. Your goal is to examine the challenges, all the challenges in your life, and make peace with them. Okay? Let go. Because the challenges that you're holding on to, try to fix it. And if you can't, see how you can release yourself from it so it doesn't affect your ability to be empowered or to learn the lesson or to have wisdom here. Because there's great fortune to be gained here for you in different areas of your life and for different reasons. You also have pay attention to your body. On this day, think about one thing that your body requires that it didn't need yesterday. Listen, observe, and pay attention to the physical, emotional, mental, and psychological stresses in your body and respond to one of them fully and consciously. Your goal is to pay attention to your body in every way. So make sure that you are feeling good, mind, body, and spirit. But also make sure that you're paying attention to yourself, because as you age or as you are dealing with stress or changes, it can affect your body, affect your mind, affect your spirit. And there's a need to be mindful of this so that you can quickly take action and see progress in that area, so that there's growth, so that you're empowered, so that you heal and remain healed, and so that you are okay. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.